Nikki Battiste is here with more on the manifesto. So Nikki, you've been going through it. What has stood out to you?
Well, a few things I want to point out. This is the entire manifesto, the Great Replacement. The second page is actually a wheel. It mentions anti-imperialism, a picture of George Washington, ethnic autonomy, responsible markets. We march forever forwards. It says, it starts out talking about birth rates. He says birth rates, birth rates, birth rates. They must change. He goes into this diatribe really about fertility levels, saying there's not a single Western country, not a single white nation that reaches these levels, not America, not Europe, not Australia, not New Zealand. White people are failing to reproduce, failing to create families, failing to have children, which is extremely interesting. He also goes through a lot of
that point, Nikki, in that manifesto where he says that, it's in direct relation to something that Congressman Steve King has said. And I'm quoting here. He says, we can't restore our civilization with somebody else's babies. Now, you're an elected member of Congress, and now you find something that you've said to the press finding its way into a manifesto like this.
Well, we wonder where he got that from.
Well, exactly right.
It's interesting. This struck me too. He asks himself all of these questions and then answers. Why did you target these people? They were a visible and large group of invaders from a culture with high fertility rates. But later he says he's traveled all over the world. He's been treated kindly by all ethnicities. He wishes them the best. He has warmth and compassion, but those same people seek to come to my people's lands, replace my people, make war upon my people. I'm forced to fight them, which is interesting. So he's saying he doesn't hate them, he just wants them gone from his territory.
Except that if he's actually, turns out that he was born in Australia, he's an invader to that land as a European.
Right. True. And he goes into a little bit more about himself. We know he's 28. He said he had a regular childhood without any great issues. He had little interest in education, didn't attend university. He worked for a short time, invested in BitConnect, used that money to travel, which he references. He said, I'm just a regular white man from a regular family who decided to take a stand to ensure a future for my people. It's pretty incredible stuff.
I know that the question is who is this guy? He gives us this sort of brief bio, and then the question after that is why would you do this? And he kind of lays out a wide-ranging list of reasons, including bringing up the U.S. a lot. I was sort of surprised about that.
Yeah, I mean, why he did it, I don't think we'll ever really know. Yeah. I mean, the depths of his mind it's impossible to understand. He also did point out, I think a lot of people wonder, is he a part of a terrorist attack? Authorities have said that doesn't appear to be the case. He says he's not a direct member of any organization and that he made this decision himself. So what he's hoping for, I don't think any of us can quite know.
Nikki, thank you so much for your reporting, and I actually want to let our viewers know that later in the next couple of hours we'll have former Deputy National Security Advisor Fran Townsend will be here to talk to us about this, because one of the things we're intrigued by is within this manifesto there's starting to be there's a discussion happening online about whether or not some of the things that appear in that are in essence a trap, in a way that get journalists and other people talking about these things that actually have no connection to what this alleged individual, is alleged to have done, because he doesn't really believe any of this stuff. He just wanted to go out and kill people.
In fact, when I saw the way he described himself, I thought, oh, geez, it sounds a lot like it sounds very stereotypical, the sort of person that you would expect to do this. That we've had conversations about people who maybe are the working class and they're getting a raw deal, and he's sort of describing himself as that kind of person. But then you point out, at other times, you know, it sounds like life has been actually quite good for him, and he's not getting a raw deal, and he was able to travel.
For the life of me, understand why he would have a picture of George Washington on his cover when he's Australian. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. You reference President Trump, you reference all these other things, the Second Amendment, that have nothing and no connection to your country whatsoever. So we're going to have Fran on to talk about that, and so we'll hopefully dig a little deeper. Nikki, thank you so much for your reporting. We appreciate it as always.
Thank you.